Hey guys, let's pull some cards for today, huh? It's Friday, June 26th, 2020. This is our daily spread. Feeling the Mercury retrograde for sure. Feels like not time to move, right? I just feel a couple weeks of real grounding in and just being present as much as possible. Be creative as much as possible. Don't fall into the traps because they're everywhere. But I hope everyone feels okay out there. And looking forward to what the cards have to say for us today. There we go. Okay, all right, 4 again. It's 2 days with 4. Okay, so the Pope, Major Arcanum V. We've had this one a few times. Teacher, this is the teacher. He's disseminating cosmic knowledge. 5 in numerology stands for conflict, change, and expansion, but he's gone through the conflict and the change, and he's ascended to become this teacher. He receives cosmic knowledge. You can see it funneling in from these 2 light blue spiritual pillars, just like funnels on either side of his very active, intelligent crown. And he's putting this spirituality into wisdom through his crown chakra. You can see that right there. He speaks the truth. His beard is light blue. He does it with purity. His hair is white, blue and white stripes behind him. He gets this information and he has this rebirth of the throat. So to me, this is someone who's done a lot of study and a lot of learning, and he's having a rebirth of the throat chakra, symbolized by the color green, ready to speak, disseminate. And when you're ready to do that, people will appear. On the lower half of the card, which represents our physical grounded side, there's these 2 figures. They're still childish, playing with their toys, but they want to learn, and they're looking up to this figure, this Pope archetype, to learn from, because he speaks with purity, spiritual truth. Now, he knows how he gets his knowledge, and he always gives credit. So his flesh-colored hand, which is over his heart, which is cloaked in intuitive, divine, feminine, dark blue, his flesh-colored hand points at his spiritual light blue glove, with which he's able to tap into this yellow antenna. Yellow represents knowledge, logic, intellect, and idea. So this looks like just an antenna. He's got all this information coming in. He's learning how to speak it. His arms are how we act in the world. They're going through some rebirth as well. And he's got an intuitive heart and this active red, divine masculine red cloak. So he's really getting to work here and giving credit where credit is due. He speaks the wisdom. He's not the source of the wisdom. He taps into the source and then disseminates it to those who come to him. Now, to me, this isn't someone who goes around finding people to preach to them. This is when you understand that people come to you and you understand those opportunities with which to share wisdom. And they appreciate it and they want it. So that's a bit of a different vibe to me. But that's what the Pope energy is all about. The wise teacher. So, all right. What is in the present moment slot? What's he looking at in the future? 5 of Swords. 2 5s. Wow. 5 of Swords is not a particularly fun energy. Swords represent logic, intellect, and idea. They're the air sign, so just like the color yellow. This is your mental body. This is thinking processes. So 5, again, being conflict, change, and expansion. This is something that's going to shake up the way that you think. That whole, sometimes we need to be made uncomfortable in order to ascend to a new perspective. That's what the 5 of Swords is all about. Now, the handle of this very active red blade is spiritual, light blue, and it's gilded in yellow. So this is new spiritual knowledge, grabbing a hold of your spiritual knowledge, and then that shoots active energy up the Kundalini. But there's something here that's going to be a difficult, just something to shake up the way that you think, and usually not very pleasant. So 2 5s right in a row. conflict, change, and expansion. So teaching when appropriate, when asked to do so, and then being moved, being shaken up, cognitive dissonance, something that conflicts with the way that we think, that then makes us expand our horizons in terms of our mental bodies. So pay attention to that energy. It's out there. And then what else? King of Wands. Good. I was thinking about him earlier today. I'm glad to see him. The King of Wands. Wands are the fire sign. Desire, passion, will, creativity, and sexuality. The kings are known as being masters of their domain. You can see how affluent he is. So this could be someone, this archetype, the King of Wands, is someone who has grabbed a hold of his fire energy related to the past. It's leaning toward the past. That green rebirth is still there. So this is tapping into your fire, tapping into your passion, tapping into your creativity, and receiving abundance from it. You can see he's obviously pretty well-to-do in terms of physical resources. He's dressed elaborately and beautifully. His creative center is wide open. He wants to inseminate the world with his inspired ideas. He's very spiritual, all the light blue in the card. And more spiritual than even the red and the dark blue, the masculine, feminine archetypes, of which there is an equal mixture, but he's really in flow, in spiritual flow. He's very comfortable sitting on this flesh-colored chair, which represents his body. His consciousness has risen to the top half of the card, and he's eyeing the future. So grabbing a hold, reclaiming his fire toward the past while eyeing the future. A very fulfilled crown chakra there, putting what you've learned into action and receiving the fulfillment of it. And I love, to me, that he always has his thumb on this little dark blue marble. So it's like, to me, that's like having your finger on the pulse of your intuition on what to do next, what to create next, what to use the fire energy for. He stands with two splayed red feet. So this is one foot toward the past and one toward the future. It doesn't necessarily mean in limbo. I think he's really balanced about taking actions from receiving information from the past and then also moving forward. He's creating where he's at. He's kind of out of time, actually, is how it feels. And the ground upon which he stands is orange, which again is that mixture of red and yellow. Yellow being intellect and red being action. This is putting what you've learned into action to give you the orange fulfillment. So all eyes on the future here. That's kind of what I was talking about earlier. I feel like we're in this kind of birth canal, yet another birth canal. It feels really squeezing now. There's a contraction going on right now. That's this 5 energy. So show up, be present, help people when you can by expressing wisdom in a non-egoic way. Be prepared to allow a lesson to come in intellectually, mentally. And when it does, don't be afraid to expand the way that you think. Be willing to think outside of the box, because expansion in your mental body is the name of the game with the 5 of Swords. And another crown chakra activation, the blade piercing the oval and the crown. And then King of Wands, use what you're learning to tap into your passion, your creativity. Listen to your intuition, receive abundance when it's available, and know that you're creating it. And also eye the future. What do you want to create next? That's good. And what's guiding us through this reading, we had another card pop out 2 days in a row. What's guiding us is the 7 of Pentacles. So this is earth energy, financial stuff. 7 is the number of spirituality, exploration, and wisdom. So the 7 of Pentacles is courageously engaging your financial life or your abundance. It could very much be attached to this King of Wands energy, believing that creating something that you care about will be needed and accepted and purchased by the people that want it. And honoring your, whatever your gifts are and what you're sharing with the world. There's this financial stability with the 4 coins in the bottom square. And then there's the Holy Trinity in the top half, the number 3. And if you look at these 5 coins on the top, it's the 2 inverted pyramids. This is like the 0 point. This coin that's protected is the 0 point, the 2 points of the pyramid where they come together. That's the vortex math stuff, 0 point, the moment of infinite present creation. Everything is in the ever-present moment. So play with it, be courageous with it, explore ways to make money, and be playful about it. And it has something to do with your fire energy, is what I'm getting from this. So that's our daily spread for the day. I hope that's helpful to somebody out there. Both readings yesterday and today they just feel ambiguous, as does the energy, and so we'll see what happens. But I feel some big shifts coming for all of us. So I'll be back tomorrow, and thank you all. Bye-bye.